Whispers of the void. In the vast expanse of uncharted space, Lieutenant Commander Zara Chen piloted her experimental scout ship, the Stardancer, through an unexplored sector. The year was 2184, and humanity had spread across several star systems, but the galaxy still held countless mysteries. Zara's mission was simple: map new worlds, seek out potential colonies, and report any signs of intelligent life. So far, the universe had proven to be a lonely place. Humanity had yet to encounter any advanced civilizations, only ruins and remnants of long-dead species. As the Stardancer cruised past a nondescript red dwarf star, Zara's sensors pinged. She leaned forward, her dark eyes narrowing as she studied the readout. "That can't be right," she muttered, tapping the screen. The ship's AIA chimed in. "Confirmed to Lieutenant Commander. We're detecting artificial structures on the third planet of this system." Zara's heart raced. Could this be it? The moment humanity had been waiting for. AIA, initiate first contact protocols, and patch me through to Earth Command. As she waited for the quantum entanglement communicator to establish a link, Zara maneuvered the Stardancer into orbit around the alien world. It was a breathtaking sight, a planet of swirling purples and blues, with land masses that seemed to shimmer and shift. "Lieutenant Commander Chen," a gruff voice crackled through the comm. This had better be important. Zara took a deep breath. "Admiral Kovacs, sir. I've discovered signs of an advanced alien civilization, requesting permission to initiate first contact." There was a long pause. When the Admiral spoke again, his voice was tight with emotion. "Proceed with caution, Chen. The fate of humanity may rest on your actions. Godspeed." As Zara guided the Stardancer into the planet's atmosphere, she couldn't shake a feeling of unease. This was what she'd trained for, what humanity had dreamed of for centuries. So why did she feel like she was flying into a trap? The alien city that emerged from the clouds defied description. Towering spires of crystal and light stretched into the sky, connected by gossamer bridges that seemed to be made of pure energy. Flying vehicles darted between the structures, moving in perfect harmony. "It's beautiful," Zara whispered. "Caution advised," AOIA intoned. "We're being scanned by multiple energy signatures." Before Zara could respond, a beam of shimmering light engulfed the Stardancer. She tensed, expecting alarms to blare, but instead, a melodious voice filled the cockpit. "Welcome, traveler from the stars. We've been expecting you." Zara blinked in surprise. You speak English." A musical laugh echoed through the ship. "We speak all languages, for language is but a construct of mind and energy. Please, land your vessel in the designated area. We are eager to meet you." As Zara guided the Stardancer to a landing platform, her mind raced. How could they have been expecting her? And why did she feel both drawn to and terrified of this place? The moment she stepped out of her ship, Zara knew she was woefully unprepared for this encounter. The aliens that greeted her were unlike anything she could have imagined. They were tall, easily 7 feet, with bodies that seemed to be made of living crystal. Their faces were vaguely humanoid, but their eyes were swirling galaxies of color and light. One of the aliens stepped forward, its body shimmering with patterns of blue and gold. "I am Extraterrestrial, emissary of the Lumina. We welcome you, Zara Chen of Earth." Zara struggled to find her voice. How do you know my name?" Extraterrestrial's expression was unreadable. "We know many things, Zara Chen. We have watched your species for a long time, waiting for the right moment to reveal ourselves." A chill ran down Zara's spine. Why now? Why me? The alien's eyes seemed to peer into her very soul. "Because you, Zara Chen, are the key to preventing a catastrophe that threatens not just your species, but all life in the galaxy." Zara's mind reeled. This wasn't how first contact was supposed to go. Where were the cultural misunderstandings, the careful diplomacy? Instead, she was being told that the fate of the galaxy rested on her shoulders. I don't understand, she said. What catastrophe? How can I possibly be the key to anything? Extraterrestrial gestured, and a holographic image appeared between them. It showed a massive dark shape moving through space, consuming everything in its path. This is the Void Devourer, an ancient entity that awakens every million years to feed. It is drawn to worlds teeming with life and technology. Your Earth, with its burgeoning interstellar civilization, has drawn its attention. Zara watched in horror as the image showed the Void Devourer approaching the Sol system. How do we stop it? The Lumina have fought the Devourer before, driving it back into hibernation, Exarena explained. But our weapons are useless against it. The only thing that can harm the Devourer is a specific frequency of energy, an energy that exists within certain human minds. Zara's eyes widened. And I have this energy. Exarena nodded. You possess it in greater quantities than any human we've observed. But to harness it, to turn it into a weapon capable of defeating the Devourer, that will require a melding of human and Lumina. A melding? You mean like a mind meld? The alien's eyes swirled with new colors. More than that, a complete union of human and Lumina physiology. It is a process that has never been attempted before. It will be dangerous, painful, and it may fail. But it is the only hope we have. Zara's head spun. This morning, she'd been a simple scout, mapping stars. Now, she was being asked to merge with an alien being to save the galaxy. It was too much, too fast. Why should I believe you? She demanded. This could all be some elaborate trick. For all I know, you're the real threat to humanity. Soft light. Your skepticism is understandable, Zara Chen. We ask for your trust, but we do not demand it. You are free to leave, to return to your people and warn them of what's coming. But know this, without you, without the melding, there is no hope. The Void Devourer will consume your world and countless others. Zara closed her eyes, trying to center herself. Every instinct screamed that this was insane, that she should run back to her ship and flee. But something deeper, a gut feeling she couldn't explain, told her that Exterina was telling the truth. She opened her eyes, meeting the alien's swirling gaze. If I agree to this melding, what happens to me? Will I still be me? Exterina's voice was gentle. You will be more than you are now. A bridge between two species, possessing the strengths of both, but your core essence, your memories, your soul, these will remain your own. Zara took a deep breath. She thought of Earth, of her family, of all the people counting on her to make the right choice. She thought of the Void Devourer, lurking in the darkness, hungry for all she held dear. All right, she said, her voice steady despite her fear. I'll do it. I'll undergo this melding. Kalerina's body glowed brightly. You are braver than you know, Zara Chen. Come, we must begin immediately. The fate of all rests upon what happens next. As Zara followed Exarina into the alien city, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was walking towards her doom. But with each step, her resolve strengthened. Human or alien, she would face whatever came next with courage. The first chapter of humanity's greatest adventure was about to be written, and Zara Chen's name would be on the first page. Metamorphosis of Stardust. As Zara followed Exarina through the crystalline corridors of the luminous city, her mind raced with a whirlwind of emotions. Fear, excitement, and an overwhelming sense of destiny battled for dominance in her thoughts. The melding chamber awaits. Exarina's melodious voice echoed. Are you prepared, Zara Chen of Earth? Zara swallowed hard. As ready as I'll ever be to merge with an alien being and save the galaxy. The chamber they entered was unlike anything Zara had ever seen. It pulsed with living light, and at its center stood two pod-like structures, their surfaces rippling like liquid starlight. Once we begin, there is no turning back, Exarina warned. The process will be painful, but you must endure. The fate of billions rests upon your strength. Zara nodded, her voice barely a whisper. I understand. As she stepped into one of the pods, Zara felt a moment of panic. Wait, I need to contact Earth, let them know what's happening. Kajurana's eyes swirled with sympathy. I'm sorry, Zara, but we cannot risk interference. The Void Devourer has agents everywhere. If word of our plan spreads, all could be lost. Before Zara could protest further, the pod sealed around her. A warm, tingling sensation enveloped her body as a luminescent fluid filled the chamber. Relax your mind, Exorana's voice echoed in her head. Let the barriers between us dissolve. Zara tried to calm herself, but the fear was overwhelming. Suddenly, a searing pain shot through her entire being. She screamed, but no sound came out. It felt like every cell in her body was being torn apart and reassembled. Images flashed before her eyes. The vast history of the Lumina, the terror of the Void Devourer's previous attacks, the desperate search for a solution. She saw Earth through alien eyes, a beautiful blue marble teeming with potential. As the pain reached its crescendo, Zara felt something shift. It was as if a door in her mind had been flung open, and through it poured knowledge and power beyond imagining. When the pod finally opened, Zara stumbled out on shaky legs. She looked down at her hands and gasped. Her skin shimmered with an iridescent glow, and beneath it she could see patterns of energy flowing like rivers. What am I?" she whispered. Axtorina emerged from the other pod, their form now more humanoid than before. "You are the bridge, Zara Chen. Neither fully human nor Lumina, but something new, something that can save us all." As Zara adjusted to her new form, she discovered abilities that defied explanation. She could manipulate energy with a thought, communicate telepathically, and perceive dimensions beyond normal space-time. "The power you now wield is but a fraction of what you'll be capable of," Axelarina explained, "but we must move quickly. The Void Devourer approaches, and we have much to prepare." Over the next few days, Zara underwent intensive training, learning to harness her new abilities. She discovered she could create force fields, project energy blasts, and even manipulate the fabric of space itself. But with these newfound powers came a heavy burden. The more she learned about the Void Devourer, the more terrified she became. It wasn't just a mindless force of destruction. It was an ancient, malevolent intelligence with a hunger that could never be satiated. "How can we possibly defeat something like that?" Zara asked during a rare moment of rest. Xurina's expression was grim. "The energy you now possess is anathema to the Devourer. It is the only thing in the universe that can truly harm it. But to use it effectively, we must get close, dangerously close." As they prepared for the coming battle, Zara couldn't shake a gnawing doubt. "Kaxurina, why didn't the Lumina attempt this melding before? Surely there were other humans with the potential." Kaxurina was silent for a long moment. "There were attempts, but the process is incredibly dangerous. You are the first to survive it." The implications of that statement hit Zara like a physical blow. How many? How many humans died in your experiments?" "Too many," Exlarina admitted, their voice heavy with regret. "But we had no choice. The alternative was the annihilation of all life in the galaxy." Zara felt sick. She wanted to rage against the Lumina, to accuse them of playing God with human lives. But a part of her, the part that now carried Lumina memories and knowledge, understood the desperate calculus of their actions. As she grappled with this moral quandary, alarms blared throughout the city. Paxarna's eyes widened in fear. "It's here. The Void Devourer has arrived." Zara rushed to a viewing platform and felt her breath catch in her throat. The Void Devourer was more terrifying than any simulation could have prepared her for. It was a writhing mass of darkness that seemed to devour light itself, stretching as far as the eye could see. "It's heading for Earth," she realized with horror. "We have to stop it." Axurina nodded grimly. "The final battle begins now, Zara Chen. Are you ready to face your destiny?" Zara clenched her fists, feeling the power surge within her. "I'm ready. For Earth, for the Lumina, for all life in the galaxy. We end this today. As they prepare to launch their desperate assault on the Void Devourer, Zara couldn't help but think of home, of the family and friends who had no idea of the cosmic drama unfolding, of the sacrifice she was about to make. "If I don't make it," she said to HFY, "promise me you'll find a way to let Earth know what happened. They deserve to know the truth." "You have my word. But do not lose hope, Zara Chen. You carry within you the power to reshape the very stars. If anyone can defeat the Devourer, it is you." As they boarded the Lumina battle cruiser, Zara took one last look at the alien world that had changed her forever. Whatever happened next, she knew that the universe would never be the same. The ship rocketed into space, on a collision course with destiny. Zara Chen, once a simple human explorer, now stood as the last hope for all life in the galaxy. The final battle was about to begin, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Little did Zara know, an even greater revelation awaited her, one that would challenge everything she thought she knew about the Lumina, the Void Devourer, and her own place in the cosmic order. The true nature of her transformation, and the ancient secret behind the galactic cycle of destruction and rebirth, was about to be unveiled. Echoes of eternity. The Lumina battle cruiser sliced through the void, a gleaming speck of light against the overwhelming darkness of the Void Devourer. Zara stood at the helm, her newly transformed body humming with power and anticipation. "We're approaching optimal firing range," HFY announced, their crystalline form pulsing with nervous energy. Zara nodded, her eyes fixed on the monstrous entity before them. "Then let's give this cosmic horror a taste of what we can do." She reached out with her mind, tapping into the ship's weapons systems. Energy coursed through her, building to a crescendo before erupting from the cruiser in a blinding beam of iridescent light. The attack struck the Void Devourer head-on, carving a glowing gash in its darkness. For a moment, hope surged through the ship. But then, to their horror, the wound began to close. "Impossible," HFY whispered. "That should have." Their words were cut off as the Void Devourer retaliated. A tendril of pure darkness lashed out, enveloping the cruiser. Alarms blared as systems failed across the board. "We're losing power," Zara shouted, her hands flying over the controls. "I can't." Suddenly, everything went silent. The ship's lights flickered and died, leaving them in total darkness. Zara felt a chill creep over her skin as a voice, ancient, terrible, and somehow familiar, echoed in her mind. "Child of two worlds," it rumbled. "You dare to challenge the univide capital." Zara's heart raced. The Void Devourer was sentient, and it was speaking to her. What are you?" she managed to ask. A sound like grinding galaxies filled her head, the Devourer's laughter. "I am the end of all things, the reset button of the universe, and you, little one, are the key to my final victory." Before Zara could process those cryptic words, a blast of psychic energy slammed into her. She screamed as memories, not her own, not even the Lumina's, flooded her consciousness. She saw the birth of the universe, the rise and fall of countless civilizations, and through it all, the cycle of the Void Devourer, consuming, resetting, allowing life to flourish anew. But this time was different. This time, the Devourer had evolved. It had gained awareness, desire, ambition. It didn't want to reset the universe. It wanted to end it permanently. As the vision faded, Zara found herself floating in the void, the disabled cruiser nowhere in sight. The Void Devourer loomed before her, a cosmic aberration that defied comprehension. "You see now, don't you?" HFY's voice came from beside her. Zara turned to see the Lumina floating there, their form barely holding together against the Devourer's presence. "Why we needed you. Why we created you." Anger flared within Zara. "Created me? What do you mean?" Selerina's eyes swirled with sorrow and determination. You were never meant to be, Zara Chen. We engineered your birth, guided your life, all to create the perfect vessel, a being capable of wielding the power to truly destroy the devourer. The revelation hit Zara like a supernova. Her entire life, a carefully orchestrated plan, her family, her dreams, her very identity, all constructs in service of this moment. How could you? She whispered, tears floating away in the zero gravity. We had no choice, Exorina replied. The fate of all existence hangs in the balance. But know this, Zara. Though your origin was engineered, your choices, your courage, your heart, these are all your own, and they are why you alone can save us all. Before Zara could respond, the Void Devourer's voice boomed again. Enough. The Gial is mine. The power she holds will be my final meal, BEFORIUNNAK variation. Tendrils of darkness shot towards Zara. She raised her hands instinctively, and a barrier of shimmering energy erupted around her. The collision sent shockwaves rippling through space-time. As Zara struggled against the Devourer's onslaught, she felt something awakening deep within her. The true extent of her power, the culmination of luminous science and human potential, began to unfold. Galaxies spun in her eyes as knowledge older than time itself flooded her consciousness. She saw the truth behind the cosmic cycle, the delicate balance between creation and destruction, and she understood her role in it all. No, she said, her voice resonating with newfound authority. I am not your meal. I am your reckoning. With a thought, Zara tore open a rift in space-time. The Void Devourer recoiled, sensing the danger. For the first time in eons, it felt fear. What are you doing? It roared. Zara smiled sadly. No, I'm saving everything. By ending you. She poured all her power into the rift, expanding it until it threatened to engulf them all. The very fabric of reality groaned under the strain. Pull out. Get the ship out of here. Tell Earth. Tell them I'm sorry I couldn't come home. The Lumina hesitated for a moment before nodding. Your sacrifice will be remembered for eternity, Zara Chen. Farewell. As the battle cruiser limped away, Zara turned her full attention to the Void Devourer. The entity thrashed and roared, but it was already being drawn into the rift. You were right about one thing, Zara said, her body beginning to dissolve into pure energy. I am the key to a new cosmic order. With a final surge of will, Zara flung herself and the Void Devourer into the rift. Space and time collapsed around them, reality itself unraveling at the seams. In that moment of uncreation, Zara felt herself merging with the Devourer, with the very essence of the cosmos. She understood then that this was always her destiny, not to destroy, but to transform. As the old universe faded away, Zara, who was no longer Zara, felt the stirrings of a new creation. From the ashes of the old, a new cosmos would be born, one free from the cycle of the Devourer, one where life could flourish unbound. Her last conscious thought, echoing across the birth of a new reality, was a message to those she left behind. Don't mourn for me. I am become creation itself, and I will always be with you, in every star that shines, in every world that turns, in every life that blooms across the endless expanse of tomorrow. And so, a new universe sparked into being, carrying within it the echoes of a love powerful enough to reshape reality itself. Back on Earth, in a small apartment overlooking a bustling city, an old computer terminal crackled to life. Words appeared on the screen, a final message from beyond the veil of existence. The story isn't over. It's only just begun. Rebirth of the cosmic tapestry. In the wake of Zara's sacrifice, the universe as it was known ceased to exist. Yet, from the ashes of the old reality, a new cosmos began to bloom, one infused with the essence of Zara's humanity and the Void Devourer's primordial power. Eons passed in the blink of an eye, and consciousness slowly returned to the being that was once Zara Chen. She was everywhere and nowhere, a fundamental force woven into the very fabric of this new reality. As the first stars ignited in the cosmic dawn, Zara felt the stirring of life across countless worlds. Each spark of consciousness was a symphony to her, a reminder of why she had made her ultimate sacrifice. But with awareness came a troubling realization. This new universe was not as free from strife as she had hoped. The echoes of the old cycle lingered, manifesting in new and unexpected ways. On a small blue planet circling an unremarkable yellow star, a civilization arose. They called themselves the Novarians, and their world was hauntingly familiar to the part of Zara that remembered Earth. As Zara watched the Novarians progress through their ages of development, she noticed a pattern emerging. Their greatest advancements always came at times of crisis, when extinction loomed. It was as if the specter of the Void Devourer still haunted creation, pushing life to evolve or perish. Unable to directly intervene without unraveling the delicate balance of the cosmos, Zara could only observe as the Novarians faced their greatest challenge, yet a catastrophic climate shift that threatened to render their world uninhabitable. Just when all seemed lost, a young Novarian scientist named Lyra made a breakthrough. She discovered traces of an energy signature unlike anything their science had ever encountered, an energy that resonated with the very foundations of reality. Unbeknownst to Lyra, she had tapped into the lingering essence of Zara's transformation, the power that had reshaped the universe. As Lyra delved deeper into her discovery, Zara felt a connection forming between them. In dreams and moments of inspiration, Zara found she could communicate with Lyra in subtle ways, guiding her towards the knowledge needed to save her people. But Zara wasn't the only cosmic force taking an interest in Lyra's work. In the darkest corners of the universe, something stirred. A fragmented consciousness born from the remnants of the Void Devourer that had survived the reforging of reality. This entity, calling itself the Nullifier, sensed the growing power within Lyra. It recognized the threat this power posed to its plans to plunge the universe back into chaos and nothingness. As Lyra neared a breakthrough that would not only save her world but propel the Novarians to the stars, the Nullifier made its move. It sent dream visions of its own, tempting Lyra with promises of unlimited power and knowledge if she would only use her discoveries for destruction instead of salvation. Zara watched in horror as Lyra stood at the precipice, torn between the whispers of creation and destruction. The fate of this new universe, it seemed, would be decided by the choice of a single brilliant mind, much as it had been decided by Zara's sacrifice in the universe that came before. In this moment of cosmic crisis, Zara knew she had to act, even if it meant bending the rules of her new existence. Reaching out across the gulf of space and consciousness, she touched Lyra's mind directly for the first time. In a rush of sensation and memory, Lyra experienced Zara's entire journey, from her life as a human explorer to her transformation and ultimate sacrifice. She felt the weight of cosmic responsibility, the exhilaration of rebirth, and the bittersweet beauty of a fresh start for all of creation. As the vision faded, Lyra found herself back in her laboratory, tears streaming down her face. The choice before her was clear now, illuminated by the example of a woman from a universe long gone. With renewed purpose, Lyra turned away from the Nullifier's temptations. She poured her heart and soul into completing her work, driven by the understanding that she held the keys to her people's survival and evolution. The Nullifier raged as it felt its influence slipping away. In a last, desperate attempt to thwart Lyra's efforts, it unleashed a psychic assault on the Novarian world, driving the population into a frenzy of fear and violence. As riots erupted and governments crumbled, Lyra raced against time to implement her discoveries. With Zara's essence bolstering her resolve, she pushed through exhaustion and doubt, refusing to give up even as the world burned around her. In the final hours, as the Novarian civilization teetered on the brink of collapse, Lyra activated her creation, a network of energy transmitters that tapped into the fundamental forces Zara had woven into the universe. A wave of transformative energy washed over the planet, quelling the chaos and healing the environmental damage. The Novarians, touched by this power, felt their consciousness expand. They looked to the stars with new eyes, understanding for the first time that they were part of a greater cosmic tapestry. The nullifier's influence was burned away, its fragmented consciousness scattered to the farthest reaches of the universe. Though Zara knew it might one day return in some form, for now the threat had been neutralized. As the Novarians took their first steps into a new age of enlightenment and exploration, Zara felt a profound sense of pride and hope. Though this universe was not perfect, it held the potential for something beautiful, a cosmic dance of creation and challenge, progress and setback, all guided by the indomitable spirit she had valued so deeply in her human life. Lyra, now hailed as the savior of her people, stood at the helm of the first Novarian starship. As they prepared to venture into the unknown, she heard a whisper in her mind, a final message from the cosmic force that had guided her. The journey ahead will not be easy. There will be wonders and horrors beyond imagining. But remember, in every atom of every star, I am with you. The power to shape reality lies within you all. Use it wisely, use it with love, and the universe will never cease to amaze you. As Lyra gave the command to launch, Zara felt the excitement ripple through the cosmic consciousness. A new chapter was beginning, full of limitless potential. And though her human form was long gone, in that moment, Zara Chen felt more alive than ever before. The cosmic tapestry continued to unfold, each thread a life, a world, a galaxy. All interconnected, all precious. And at its heart, the essence of a woman who had dared to reshape reality itself pulsed on, a beacon of hope for all that was and all that would ever be. The resonance of infinities. As the Novarians took their first steps into the cosmic ocean, ripples of change spread across the universe. Zara, now an omnipresent cosmic force, watched with growing fascination as her influence manifested in unexpected ways. The energy network Lyra had created, dubbed the Harmony Grid, didn't just transform Novarian society. It became a beacon, resonating across space-time, drawing the attention of other spacefaring civilizations. First came the Axioms, a race of sentient mathematical constructs. Their vast geometric ships appeared in Novarian space, not to conquer, but to learn. The Axioms recognized in the Harmony Grid echoes of the universe's fundamental equations. Next arrived the Chrysalis Collective, organic synthetic hybrids who saw in Novarian technology the key to their own evolution. Their bioluminescent fleets lit up the night sky, a festival of alien life and machine precision. As more civilizations made contact, a galactic community began to form. The Novarians, guided by Lyra's wisdom and the subtle influence of Zara's cosmic presence, became diplomats and peacekeepers. But with great advancements came great dangers. Some species sought to weaponize the Harmony Grid's power. Others, like the silicon-based obsidian mines, viewed organic life as a threat to universal order. Conflicts flared across the stars. Entire solar systems became battlegrounds. The peace Zara had hoped to foster seemed to be slipping away. In the midst of this turmoil, a new player emerged. The nullifier had returned, more powerful than before. It had been feeding on the chaos, growing stronger with each war, each act of destruction. The nullifier revealed itself by corrupting a group of disillusioned Novarian scientists. It promised them the power to correct the universe, to impose perfect, unchanging order. These fallen Novarians became the Void Cult, spreading a gospel of ultimate entropy. As the Void Cult's influence grew, Zara realized she faced a terrible choice. She could directly intervene, unleashing her full power to stop the nullifier, but doing so risked unraveling the cosmic tapestry she had so carefully woven. The alternative was to trust in the beings she had watched over for so long. To have faith that, given the chance, life would choose creation over destruction. Zara decided to take a risk. She reached out not just to Lyra, but to key individuals across multiple species. In dreams and visions, she showed them glimpses of the larger cosmic story, the cycle of creation and destruction, the sacrifice that had birthed their universe, and the threat they now faced. Among those contacted was Scythrol, an axiom philosopher-scientist who had long theorized about the mathematical nature of consciousness. There was Elira, a chrysalis engineer pushing the boundaries of biosynthetic integration, and Obsidian Alpha, the first of the Obsidian minds to consider that perhaps organic life was not an aberration, but an essential part of the universal equation. As these visionaries shared their experiences, a movement began to form. It transcended species and ideology, united by a common understanding of the universe's delicate balance. They called themselves the Cosmic Concordance, and their mission was clear: stop the nullifier and the void cult, while forging a new path of galactic cooperation. The final battle unfolded on multiple fronts. In the physical realm, fleets clashed around strategic harmony grid nodes. The void cult, armed with corrupted Novarian technology, seemed unstoppable at first. But the Concordance had an advantage: unity. Axiom battle algorithms merged seamlessly with Chrysalis adaptive tactics. Obsidian mind processors coordinated faster-than-light communication between allied ships. On the metaphysical plane, Lyra led a team of the most powerful psychics from across known space. They launched a desperate mental assault on the nullifier itself, trying to break its hold on the void cult. As the conflict reached its peak, Zara knew it was time for her final gambit. She had been preparing for this moment, gathering her strength, focusing the creative energy of countless galaxies. Just as the nullifier was about to land a killing blow on the Concordance's forces, Zara acted. She didn't attack the nullifier directly. Instead, she poured her essence into the harmony grid, supercharging it beyond anything its Novarian creators had imagined. The grid lit up across the universe, connecting not just technology, but minds and souls. For one brief, shining moment, every sentient being touched by the grid's power experienced perfect unity. They felt the weight of cosmic history, the delicate balance of creation and destruction, and their own crucial role in maintaining that balance. The nullifier screamed in fury as its puppet void cultists suddenly broke free of its control. The wave of unity shattered its power, sending it fleeing to the darkest corners of the universe. As the light of the supercharged harmony grid faded, the beings of the galaxy found themselves forever changed. The barriers between species began to blur. New forms of hybrid life and consciousness emerged. Lyra, her mind expanded far beyond its original limits, took on a role as a galactic guide. She understood now that this had been Zara's plan all along, not to rule or control, but to create the conditions for life to reach its fullest potential. The Cosmic Concordance evolved into the framework for a new interstellar civilization. It wasn't perfect. Conflicts still arose, challenges remained. But it was a civilization founded on the principles of unity in diversity, of growth through cooperation rather than destruction. Zara, her essence now inextricably woven into the fabric of this thriving cosmic community, felt a profound sense of completion. She had not just reshaped the universe, she had given it the tools to continually reshape itself. As new wonders unfolded across the cosmos, as life and consciousness explored realms beyond imagination, Zara's final message echoed through the thoughts of countless beings. You are the universe experiencing itself. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Every connection is a chance for greater understanding. The power to create worlds lies within you all. Use it wisely, use it with love, and the dance of creation will never end. And so, the cosmic story continued, an endless spiral of evolution and discovery. The legacy of a lone human explorer, transformed into the very essence of a thriving universe, lived on, a testament to the incredible potential that lies within every sentient heart and mind.